good morning and welcome to our career show. Thank you for always tuning in, and we really appreciate you for taking out your time because 80% is showing up. And we always want to, every time, you hear us, the information that we're sharing with you, we want you to go out and implement. So Ria, she talks about the real estate aspect, and I'll talk about the mindset. Between her and I, we bridge the gap so you can succeed in life. Today, I'm going to be taking over the conversation, but before I do so, I want to introduce myself. Welcome to each and every one of you. My name is Alka.
My name is Ria,
and welcome
to our show.
All right, so I'm going to share today, and I want to talk about getting uncomfortable. Now, this is, this is somewhere that most of us, we really don't take that time to, really know as to what is our potential. And the potential can only come when you take the quantum leap, right? When you take the quantum leap to excel in your life. All right. So today I'm going to talk about get uncomfortable. Now, uneasiness is the psychological reaction that a quantum leap is taking place. And this is the key word right here, quantum leap. Because when you're taking quantum leaps in your life, when you know as to, if you remember, I talked about the knowing doing, right? So if you are here right now, X marks the spot, and you want to take quantum leaps in your life, and you want to be here, right? The quantum leap that you want to go to where you are right now to where you want to be is going to you have to take shifts. You have to take shifts in your mindset. So when you're taking quantum leaps, when I talked about the uneasiness, when you are uneasy about a particular situation, right? So that uneasiness could be in doing presentations. If you've never done presentations before in your line of work, if you've never done presentations, that can be daunting. That can be you would feel uneasy, and when you feel uneasy, you would procrastinate, right? So you would procrastinate. You would pass it off to your colleagues, right? To your colleagues, because you just don't want to do it. And when we don't want to do the particular task or that particular, whatever that may be for you, I want you to assess that. I want you to assess that in your life today. After this call, I want you to see, okay, where are you right now? And when as I shared, where are you right now to where it is that you want to be? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to shift that? So when you get uncomfortable, because it's always easy for us to be comfortable. It's always easy because that's the environment that we know. And when we are comfortable, we don't really necessarily grow. When we are comfortable, it's like you're in that cocoon. You're comfortable, all you know is your surroundings. But then to grow and to expand, you have to shift. You've got to take that quantum leap. And I'm going to share with you, it's a real life situation. It's real life. I was asked to speak at Oxford, and I'll be speaking at the end of the month. I'll be speaking at Oxford. Now, just the thought of speaking at Oxford, do I feel uneasy about it? Well, yes. But then at the same time, if I flip the switch, yes, I could be uneasy, but I'm excited because that is where the growth happened. And what I did, I had to step out of being uncomfortable. It's Oxford. And, I've never spoken there before. But what did I do? What am I saying to myself? And this is the key right here. What are you saying to yourself that you are getting out of being uncomfortable? You're staying in your comfort zone. And it's so easy to do that. So I want you to always, if you're preparing for something, if you're preparing for a presentation, if you're preparing for a talk somewhere, I want you to tell yourself, am I being in my comfort zone? Am I staying comfortable? Am I staying stuck because this is what I know? Or do I want to? Do I want to grow, excel in my area, my field of work, my line of work? Do I want to excel? Do I want to, really have the growth that I know that I have the potential? So this is what I always want you to, because then what's going to happen if you would procrastinate, if you're going to procrastinate and you're just going to pass things off to your colleagues, you're going to pass things off and say, well, I don't want to do this because, it's too hard for me, right? Fear is also a predominant part as to why you would not do that and you will procrastinate, because you have a fear around talking, speaking. You have a fear around, just knowing that. Why do you have a fear? You hold yourself back from not excelling, and you hold yourself back because either, number one, you were told, okay, you were told that you will never be successful. And that is another part of fear. Fear in itself, you will not be successful because we are told by our family, friends, our environment, our teachers, we were told that we will not be successful. And when we were told, this is our paradigm. If you recall the many conversations that I've talked about your paradigm. And your paradigm is your limiting beliefs, right? This is your limiting beliefs that tells you what you can't or cannot do. And when we are told what we can't or cannot do, guess what? We don't do it. We don't take that quantum leap because we are scared. We are fearful of what will people think. And then what happens? We begin to judge ourselves. We begin to judge. Or maybe they were right. Maybe I should not be, entering into business. Do I really know what I'm doing? Then you judge yourself. And then when you go really internal, you are now getting inside that cocoon. You are staying comfortable. You're not seeing that growth that you really want in your life. You're not seeing that growth in your job, in your industry, in your business. You're not seeing the growth because you are so fearful of what you've been told in the past. And, you know, when we listen to what others are saying about us, we accept that. We accept as a reality. And then that quantum leap will never, ever happen. So this is what I wanted to share with you today as to what most people are doing. Most people are procrastinating. Most people are holding themselves back, even though they know, even though you know you have the potential inside of you, but you don't do it. You don't, because you are so fearful. And it's always, and it comes down to taking the chance on you, taking the quantum leap. You know what? It is scary, but you got to take that risk. You got to take that chance on you, because if you're not willing to take and see that growth, if you're not willing to take that chance or that risk on you, guess what? Nobody else will. You have to be the one to do it. You have to be the one to show up and to grow. So I'm just going to leave it right here, because I know this is really, it's actually, when it comes to taking chances, when it comes to the quantum leap, it is, there's a lot to digest. There's a lot to digest. So I'm just going to leave it right here, but I'm going to revisit this, because quantum leap, I feel a lot of people are missing out on the potential that they have. A lot of people are missing out on seeing the growth. And growth can only happen if you take the risk and take the chance. Even though you may not have done that particular, thing, whether it's speaking or whatever that may be for you, it is scary. But ask yourself, do you want to grow? Are you willing to step outside of your comfort zone? Are you willing to get uncomfortable, even when the comfortable, oh my gosh, you're saying to yourself, oh, this is so comfortable, I just don't want to move. But if you're not going to move, you will never grow, right? So your homework today, I want you to ask yourself, okay, take a piece of paper and ask yourself, what areas am I staying comfortable, and what areas am I willing to let go and to grow? Okay, so that's your homework. That's your challenge for today. Wait, did you want to share anything before we do sign off?
Yes, thank you, 𝗥𝗵𝗲. One of the things that I just happened to, when you were, talking about things, one of the things that came into my mind is one person or I do not need to do a massive thing. Just one small thing can shift things.
Mm-hmm.
A 15-degree pivot can eventually, if you continue that pivot, right, can lead to growth, can lead to change. So one of the things that I thought about is, in order for us to be uncomfortable, for example, or to get the procrastination out of the way, is I make a list every day. I make a list, a paper list for me, the things that I am uncomfortable, I make a list. Or if I don't have a paper, I'll write it in my cell phone. I'll put it in my cell phone so that, the things that I need to do, right? This is about procrastination. So for example, if you're uncomfortable in starting a business, what I will do if it was in my position is that in my list, one of the things that I will do so that I could get uncomfortable and stop the procrastination, I put in my list, 1, read self-help book. Just one. One is enough. So for example, Think and Grow Rich, right? I'll put it there. I won't overload myself with a lot of 10 things. Just one. Read self-help books, Think and Grow Rich in the morning. All you need to do is one thing at a time. Take small things. Just small things can eventually lead to the big change that you're wishing and hoping to get.
That is so true. Exactly. And take that, in order to make the changes, you have to, you have to be willing to do that. So make that a habit, because habit takes 29 days to see the small incremental changes in your life today. So yes, and you know what? So do the homework that we always share with you. Implement on what we're sharing with you so that your life will really improve. So we've come to the end of another amazing show. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Rhea and I always appreciate, your time here with us. So make the rest of the day the best of your day, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.